Okay. Curtis, how do you select your characters, and how do you bring your characters to life in the way that you want to?
I'm a little different in that most of the time I start with a character. A lot of playwrights start with a situation, but I like to start with a character. So I see a unique character and I do a what-if game. You know, what if I take this character and I put him in X situation? How would he react? And most of the time when I start with a character, something in that character brings a story out. And that's where the story starts. So the story actually starts with the character. Like the play we're going to be doing next year, Talk, it's all about a character who has a past that is just filled with all kinds of conflict and emotions. And he actually brings that out. But in order to develop that character, I had to develop a cast around him. You know, his daughter, his brother, his sister, and all of those people. And then I had to decide which one of these conflicts or emotions am I going to play on and bring out the most. And like Djed said, I take all my characters and I write an extensive bio on the characters. From the time that they were born, where they lived, what they did, how they interact with their community, how they interact with each other, what brought them to the point where they are today. And that's the way I start. That's the way I usually start my plays. Most of my plays are one title. Like this one is called Talk. The play I wrote before that was called Lewis. So they all start with a character, with a character, not a situation. A lot of people start with situations, but I like to start with the character.
Okay. What is your training in theater?
My training in theater, when I was in college, that was my major. My major was theater in college. So I had, I have a BS in theater, and then from there I have directed and worked with a number of community theaters, and I formed about 3 community theaters myself.
The word Sankofa, and why did you choose the word Sankofa, and how do that work with jazz, the jazz part of it?
Well, this is very interesting. Sankofa, let me go back and give you the history here. There used to be a young man in Village Gate by the name of Farouk Kayoum. And one day Farouk and I were sitting down and we were talking about trying to do something for the community, and we came up with the idea of doing an African American festival. And so we came up with that idea, and we decided to call the festival the Sankofa Festival. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring in all of the community, the arts, just about everything that we do in our community. But we wanted a base, and the Sankofa bird seemed to be that base, because if you know anything about the Sankofa bird, he's looking over his shoulder, he's looking back. And our philosophy was, in order to go forward, you need to look back. So we did that festival for about 10 years, and then the festival got to the point where we just could not afford to do it. It was costing too much money. And 6 years ago, we decided to do a second day of the festival itself. And the second day was the theater portion of it. So we did the first theater portion. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
We had a sellout crowd for the theater portion.
Over at Dazzle.
Over at Dazzle, right? Mm-hmm. And so the next year, we decided to forget about the festival itself and just do the theater and jazz. And the reason for theater and jazz has really two meanings. The first was we needed something to put in the middle or intersect with the festival as we changed the plays. So we thought about jazz music. That was the first thing. The second thing is that jazz music is our foundation. So what better way to introduce jazz to the community, which is getting lost? The best way is to do it through the festival itself. So we started with the Sankofa Theater, Evening of Theater and Jazz. The other thing is when we first started out, we were only doing 3 plays. Then we went to 6 plays. And then we had the bright idea, why don't we do an opening night of a full play? So this is the second year that we've done an opening night of with a full play.
Okay, what type of music? You said jazz, and what band will be playing?
Paradigm Shift will be playing this year.
Very nice band.
Yeah, Paradigm Shift actually has played 3 years for us. So this will be their 3rd year.
So if someone wants more information about this play, is there a website or a contact number they can call when they watch the show on TV?
Yes, they can call Mood Makers Books, and the number is 271-7010, or they can go to my website, which is moodmakersbooks.com, and click on MMB Theater 1, and you'll get information that way. Or you can go to my Facebook, you can go to the Djed's Facebook, and you can also get information that way.
And can you explain to me or to the audience about the theater Muck? A lot of people never heard of Muck before. Can you talk briefly about that?
Yeah, Muck is a very unique theater in Rochester, and it affords a number of artists an opportunity to perform that would not necessarily have that opportunity. It's an old church that has been converted into a black box theater, and there are all types of performances there. Performances that you would not see anywhere but the Muck. And the Muck is multicultural,
multi-use community cultural center.
Community cultural center. Yeah.
MUCCC.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Djed, can you name some of the actors in the play?
Yes, I can. Djed Snead.
Yes, Djed Snead.
Djed Snead. We have Sherlyn Washington, who is playing the only female in the play. We have Ruben Joseph Tapp. We have James Cates. We have Jarvis Jones. Is it Jones?
Yeah.
Jarvis Jones. We have Jose DaCosta. And we have one more person. Yeah, there's one more. You got. There's got to be one more. Is that it? Mm-hmm. Joe Terry. The characters are Joe Terry, C.T.
Right.
Mayester,
Wallace,
Raymond, and there's one more. There's 6 characters, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a brother, and then there's 4 members. Deacon James.
Deacon James.
That's DaCosta.
Yeah, that's DaCosta.
There's one more though. We're missing one.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Name the group. The group is Deacon James, Raymond. JT and Jose Deacon.
There's only 4.
Okay, 4, and then one brother and one sister. But there's six. There's six. There's six characters.
Okay.
How many characters are down there? Roll the tape back. Let me see how many characters are there. I'm messing with you, man. But there's
Can you roll that tape back? Why can't you?
Edit.
there is six characters.
Oh, okay. There's Deacon James.
Deacon James.
Joe Terry.
Joe Terry.
CT.
CT, that's Jarvis. No, CT is James. James Case is
Yeah.
CT. Okay.
That's CT. There's Wallace.
Wallace, that's Jarvis.
And Raymond.
Raymond, that's 5. And then Sherlyn.
Yeah,
there's
that's six.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there were 6 characters.
Six
Six
characters.
characters, okay.
Yeah.